All right, please state your name and DOC number for the record.
DOC number.
Okay. My name is Steve Brockington, DOC number 10585.
Hey, Steve, my name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Miss Cheryl Knotts and Miss Bonnie Jackson will be your panel, explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
All right.
All right.
So,
And we have Miss Rachel Hunter here who will speak at the appropriate time. We have Jeanette Leday and Sally Watson. Steve Brockington, DOC number 100585, first class offender, parole eligibility date 3/2/2023, 10/14/2030, full term 4/9/2081, and 99-year sentence. You had commutation of sentence signed by Governor Edwards on March 2nd, 2023. Second degree murder. Does that sound correct? Does that sound correct? Okay. Would you answer Ms. Renata, please?
Good morning, Mr. Brockington. You were originally sentenced in 1982 to a life sentence. Is that correct?
that's correct.
How old are you, sir?
Oh,
How old are you?
40.
How old are you?
How old are you now?
I'm 40 years old, 71. Yeah, 71.
So how old were you at the time of this crime?
Well, I was not exactly make sure. I'm gonna say about 23.
Okay. And so you've been in jail how long? Let's see how long it is. 41 years?
41 years.
You have a job?
I had a job,
Do you have a job?
right? And then, yeah.
Yeah.
I worked for beautification.
Oh. Any place all over the farm or one particular
You know
location?
what they do, wherever they want. You know, like for instance, they having a big ball or something, we bring the flowers to them. Now all of that, we grow the flower in the greenhouse. So it's beautification, take care of everything in the penitentiary. That ain't go.
Mhm. Where do you live at?
I ain't say. Say
Where
it
do you-
again. Wait a minute, you're getting cut off, whatever.
Where do you live?
I live in Campbell.
Camp out. Okay. So since your pardon board hearing, that was in, when did you have it? Last year. You had it in November of last year. Have you had anything change, any write-ups, anything like that?
No, I don't believe in write-ups.
Good. How many
I work-
write-ups?
I mean, what?
How many write-ups do you have in your record?
Oh, I don't have no whole lot of them. I can't tell you, but that's why I don't know.
You got 54.
64?
54.
When was the last one? I didn't make a note of.
Sorry, October 30th, 2016 for Rule 1.
Okay, so it's been a while. What's your transition plan, Mr. Brockington? When, if you're released, where would you live?
With my daughter, one sitting right behind me,
And where is that?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yes, ma'am.
And so how will you support yourself? Are you going to rely on her?
How will I support myself? Get a job. Is the job gonna be available? It's gonna be there. I'm gonna support myself. And my daughter. But money going to my daughter. Let her take care of all of that. I'm gonna do the work.
All right. Well, you ought to be able to find you a job working with based on your experience in beautification.
All
Your
right.
victim in this case, Mr. Brockington, was Mickey Gallo. If you could speak to the Gallo family, what would you say to them?
I went out to tell them, I was I'm sorry that it went down like that. And we're never supposed to win like that. But I just ask him to just forgive me, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I can say, because he gone. I was protecting myself.
How's your health?
My health is in good condition. I work 24/7
You do?
every day.
You work
Every day.
365 days. You sleep sometimes, I think. Huh?
Well,
All right. Let me ask Warden Ambo. Warden Ambo, is there anything you can tell us about Mr. Brockington?
I can tell you that if you enter the gates of Louisiana State Penitentiary and you see the beautiful flowers that's up there at the front gate, Mr. Brockton has a hand in planting those. He's up there every morning, like he said, planting flowers. He needs to plant flowers anywhere else around the compound. He does that too. But he's a part of this beautiful landscape that we have here. He has his GED. He took substance abuse, $100 pre-release. Like I told you, he only had 54 DB reports, and the last one was in October 2016. And he's a minimum A trustee and a low title.
Okay, thank you. I have no question.
Okay, we'll hear from Miss Jeanette Leday.
Do I need to stand up or kind of
You can
sit?
sit and talk, we can hear you.
Okay. So Steve is my first cousin. We're two sisters, children. I know he killed somebody, but like an awesome guy. I mean, help people. Anytime he give them the shirt off his back. And I just feel like he has served his time. I know someone lost their life, but he is a super dad, a super cousin. I mean, and I just pray and hope that he can come home and have another chance.
All
I
right.
am where I am because of him.
Okay, thank you so much. Miss Sally Watson.
Yes, sir. I am Sally Watson and I am Mr. Steve's daughter. And he locked up since I was 8 years old. But out of the 8 years that I remember him being outside of the walls, my daddy worked. When he wasn't working, I was with him. Every time he moved, I moved. Every time he went, I went. You know, people are like, how do you know how to fish? And dad taught me, that's all we did. How do you know how to clean a fish? My dad taught me, that's all we did. So again, yes, he committed a crime. But the memories that I have from him for the 8 years that I did have, it's an awesome dad. I have been by his side as long as he's been out here. I am an ex-military spouse for 20 years. I don't care where we were stationed. I visit him yearly. I came with my grandparents when I couldn't drive, but once I started driving, I'm here. My kids know him because of that. We are here. They are excited and waiting for Papa to come home. So again, my prayer has been, I don't care how much time it is that he has with us, but that I need time with him outside for him to be able to spend with his family.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. We'll hear from Miss Rachel Hunter.
She's lucky.
Hmm.
She's lucky.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Hunter. Okay. Go ahead, Miss Hunter.
Yes, I'm sorry. I missed a great portion due to technical difficulties.
Okay, go ahead and make your comment.
Well, today all I have to say is that, although it's been more than 40 years, it's still extremely difficult, not only for myself, but my family, you know, we still deal with grief and not completely healed. You know, oh, I'm extremely nervous right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, this has been a difficult process, you know, although my Uncle Milton's memory lives on through us, you know, he's missed so much of our lives and we missed all his life, you know. And I just feel like there's really nothing that no one could say that would help us heal from this senseless act. We don't have the opportunity to bring him home. We don't have the opportunity to call him or make new memories with him. He was such a young age when this happened. I was a young age when it happened, but I have a lot of memories of him. And like I said, the memory of him lives on through us by way of family members, pictures. Um, he has a daughter and a son, grandchildren, host of nieces and nephews and great that will never truly know him. His kids grew up without him, not knowing who he was as a person or had the opportunity to spend time with him, you know, and we just don't have the opportunity of making new memories with him. Both his sisters were close family. My mother was the eldest of them all. And it was hard to have to watch my mother and her siblings go through this and live with this till the day she passed on. And he has two brothers left, and it's still difficult because they have to continue living without him, as we all have to. And I'm opposed because I don't see why Mr. Brockington should have the opportunity to live freely and to make new memories with his family, and we'll never ever get that opportunity. I just see that it was a senseless choice that really has ruined all our lives. You know, I'm having difficulties
Yes,
with,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your comment. So sorry. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your comment.
yes.
All right, Mr. Steve, would you like to make a statement on your behalf, Mr. Brockington?
Oh, no, no bad.
You don't wanna make a statement? You don't wanna say anything?
Yeah, I'm just sorry that it happened, you understand? But never supposed to happen. Do up under the situation at hand.
Just be sorry.
It was
Yeah, that's-
gonna suffer me.
Okay.
You know, like I said, I'm sorry for the family that it went down like that. It wasn't never supposed to go like that. It was because of a lady they called Phyllis Frank.
Okay, guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your comment. All right, panel prepared to vote?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Knotson.
I'd like to start by thanking Ms. Hunter for joining us today. I know that was not easy to do, but you represented your family well and Mr. Gallo very well. Mr. Brockington, you don't talk a lot, do you?
No,
My vote today, because of the support of your family that's there with you, and the out-of-state plan would be to grant you parole to that out-of-state plan. You have a low risk score, you have good programs, you have a positive remarks by Warden and vote. So my vote today is to grant you parole.
Ms. Jackson.
Ms. Rachel, I'd also like to thank you. I know this is still difficult. 41 years is a long time, but I can see you're still struggling, and I hope that you can find some peace. But our job is to look at the person now and not the person who's been. And so considering things that he has accomplished, positive remarks from the warden. My vote today would be to grant to the approved ICOTS to Oklahoma.
All right, you have 2 votes to grant. Also, I'm going to vote to grant your parole for the same reasons as stated. 3 votes to grant to the ICOTS. Parole's been granted. Good luck to you.